Jody Woodruff, and this is News 6. This week, the program is being brought to you by the students of Zola B. Jacobs Elementary School in Findlay, Ohio. Among other things, Findlay is the home of Tell Taylor, the composer of the song Down by the Old Mill Stream. The song was copyrighted in 1910 and has sold 5 million copies. We'll be telling you other things about Findlay as well, as some of the things that are going to be on at the school. First, here's Bethany Gallagher with the news from the school.
Thank you, Jody. Mr. Risser, another 6th grade teacher at Jacobs School, and his class have started a business, making and selling tote-all bags. The project started in November when officers were elected. The next step was to sell stock and 25 cents a share to raise the capital needed to purchase supplies for making the bag. It takes about 20 minutes to make one tote-all bag, which is then sold for $1.50. So far, they have sold 44 bags. Profits made from the project will be used to go on a special field trip. The class has learned much from the experience and better understands the process of free enterprise. But our class also has a special project. Most of our class helps the tutor members of Mrs. Wilfram's 1st grade. When the tutors go down the hall every morning of the week for an hour, they help the children with their classwork and their extra work. The tutors also play games with them and teach them new things. Tutoring has gone on for the last 3 or 4 years, and we hope it continues in the years to come. In social studies, students were also a teacher and taught the class about the countries of Peru, Ecuador, Kenya, and Yugoslavia. We picked 3 captains and in turn chose their groups. They prepared the lesson and included in their plans such things as listening to records and tapes, watching film strips, and preparing food that particular countries eat. We ate tortillas as they would in Peru and Ecuador, and cooked bananas as they would in Kenya. Now over to Kelly Cornwell to tell you about Findlay.
Thank you, Beth Ann. The city of Findlay has a nickname, Flag City. John B. Cook had an idea that the community needed a nickname. He noticed that the Girl Scouts were displaying small American flags, so he and the Women's Division of the Chamber of Commerce came up with the idea that we should call Findlay Flag City, USA. The nickname became official on June 14, 1968. Since then, 2 boys and 3 girls took 6 days to make a 10-foot flag. As far as we know, the only larger one is the 13-foot flag that flies over the White House. The present courthouse for Findlay was built by Campfield & Sons in 1885, but the first courthouse was constructed by Wilson Vance, Frederick Henderson, and Jonathan Parker for $700 in 1833. The courthouse that these 3 built was 24 by 36 feet in size and made of pine frame construction. When the new courthouse was finished, the old one was moved after being sold. Later, it was sold again and moved again to where it is today. In 1976, it became a bicentennial project to restore the courthouse. Located on West Sandusky Street is Findlay's Historical Museum. The museum contains everything from a cradle made in 1840 to a ceramic fire plug painted as a Revolutionary War soldier to celebrate the bicentennial. In addition to pictures of Tell Taylor's sewing machines and clothing from various times in Hancock County, there is a showcase featuring Marilyn Miller, a famous ballet dancer from Findlay. One fascinating item on display is her scrapbook, which contains all the telegrams and sheet music she had. We want to thank Mr. Don Smith and Mrs. George Dunlap for their cooperation and information about the museum. Now over to Cindy Rizzo with more news from Findlay.
Thank you, Kelly. Edward Skinner, the father of one of our classmates, makes and collects antique guns. He started this hobby about 6 years ago when he saw a private collection. He considers guns from previous eras such as the Kentucky rifle as works of art, which played a major role in the development of the new frontier. Ed, his son, talked to his father about the guns.
Where do you get your materials for your guns?
I buy most of my material from Golden Age Arms in Delaware. I also get it from Lodi, and a lot of my wood comes from Lancaster, Ohio, and some I get in Tennessee and some in Indiana. The selection of your wood is very important in these guns.
What type of antique guns do you enjoy making?
Oh, strictly Kentucky rifles and pistols. They're all muzzleloaders. either flint or percussion.
Could you tell us about your favorite gun?
Yes, my favorite gun is a John Knoll rifle. He made guns during the golden age of Kentucky rifles, which was the period from 1780 to 1820. He was one of the greatest gunsmiths of all times.
How many guns do you have in your collection, and what are they worth?
I have 11. Some are originals, some are my own collections, my own creations. Now, I can't place any value on them. They're priceless to me. Now, if I was to sell my guns, I suppose they'd go for $650 to $1,500 each.
We want to thank Ed and his father for the interview. Something new to Findlay area is the Ohio Skate Roller Rink. According to Kathy Cheney, the manager of the rink, there were over 1,000 people at the grand opening. The kids in our school district had mixed feelings about the rink. So a few of us rented skates from Kathy Cheney, struggled to put them on, and went around the rink a couple of times. The people who went there plan to go back again. Now, an editorial. With nice days soon to be here, everyone is looking forward to spending time outdoors. In Findlay, a perfect place to be on these days is River Bend Recreation Area, which is located northeast of Findlay Reservoir along the Blanchard River. The park offers picnic areas, play areas, and 4.5 miles of nature trails, including the Heritage and Old Oxbow trails. In the future, a 120-acre park will have campsites, a softball diamond, and tennis center. The old Millstream bike trail goes past the park, so after long bike rides, you can stop and rest and enjoy the surroundings. Now, back to Jody with the final story.
Thank you, Cindy. Mrs. Whitmire, our gymnastics teacher, became interested in gymnastics during her high school years and has started a new gymnastics program at Findlay. 60 or 70 Jacob students are participating in such things as tumbling, cartwheels, backbends, handsprings, and surprise combinations. While the performance is still to be seen, here are some of the group practicing. Well, that wraps it up from the students and teachers of Jacob School in Findlay, Ohio. From all of us, have a good day.